This is Michael Savage live after the Potemkin raid on Damascus. It's not a good day for his base. In fact, the title of today's broadcast is quite simply, He Bombed His Base. Good morning, America. Good morning, America. Everything we have voted for just went up in smoke. It was a Potemkin raid. You know what a Potemkin raid is? Look up Battleship Potemkin. A Potemkin air raid. What was the purpose of this? Oh, I see, to blow up the chemical stores of Mr. Assad. Well, for one, we still have no evidence that he unleashed these chemicals upon his own people. And I will repeat and reiterate what other people with a mind and a logical faculty have seen ever since the charade began. He was winning, he is winning the war. ISIS is almost defeated. They're reduced to a small pocket in a city. And so he unleashes a chemical attack while the whole world is watching to turn the entire world against him. It absolutely makes no sense. The only people who are cheering this on will be the frauds like the wallbanger and the others in the cartel that supported everyone but Trump, who called every one of his supporters every name under the sun for a year straight. They're now licking Trump's boots to gain access to him. And if you can't see that, I'm afraid you can't see anything. But let's put them aside. Anyone who opposes this is now a Russian agent, troll. Maybe you're a Russian agent, troll. Mattis said that we had no confirmation. Then he said that he had. Irrespective of it, where is the evidence? We live in a participatory democracy. In a democracy, you would have produced the evidence before bombing. So don't give me this crap that everyone knew it. Nobody knew it. Nobody. So now let's start with this. Trump's war, his battle for America. Remember that little book? Remember that little best-selling book, #1 on the New York Times list, without the Limbaugh cartel behind it, without the Fox cartel, without the Murdoch cartel? His battle for America. Let's look at this. He bombed his base. The wall. What would you give him, 100 on that one? Taxes. Has anyone saved any money on it? Deportations. I understand that there are more coming in now than ever. Obamacare, still here. Well, we still have our Second Amendment. Hooray. I guess under Hillary we would have lost our guns. So check 100 on that. Military strength went up 100%. Check 100 on that. Abortion, I haven't heard one word about it. Religion, I haven't heard one word about it. I asked, what will the new president do? While most in the chattering classes around the world dismissed Trump's campaign, I, Michael Savage, champions Trump platform and helped him galvanize the support of the disaffected middle Americans left behind by the globalist central planners in their distant capital. My army of listeners was instrumental in electing Donald Trump to take the fight to Washington. And while we had a revolution for about a year, I don't know where we are today. I knew that he would face relentless opposition from special forces in both parties, who stand to lose millions or billions if Trump's America First policies would have become the law of the land. And I wrote, not only will Trump have to overcome progressive ideologues, neoconservative ventriloquists in the radio business, connected corporate interests everywhere you can turn, and a military-industrial complex bent on permanent war. I wrote he will also have to fight progressive beliefs even he and his otherwise conservative appointees have unwittingly accepted. So again, I don't want to go on and on today. I think you know where I'm at. I expressed my opinion prior to this charade, this Potemkin raid. And I will conclude at this moment by saying to you, he bombed his base. He bombed his base. Did you lose me? Did I get cut off? It looks like the feed is still running. Says lost me. I don't know what happened. There we go. Connection lost. Shall I continue? Froze up. Are we back? Are we back? I'm sorry, but I disagree. Think we need to stay engaged in Syria. Then why don't you go enlist? Why don't you enlist in the military and go over to Syria? This is the biggest mistake of his administration, and the last straw for me was him appearing in a bomber jacket like Bill Clinton saying mission accomplished like George Bush. The whole thing is being orchestrated by the very same deep state that destroyed this nation to begin with. And if you think it's my job to follow any leader blindly, I don't live in North Korea, by the way. I'll leave that to the wall banger. So now, my friends, what do we do now? Since he lost his base. He bombed his base. He bombed his Eddies. He bombed his Ediths. I appeal to him to save the elephants and the lions and the rhinoceroses. I got an email from the White House itself during that period, said, don't worry, the elephants are safe. The very next day, he lifted the ban on importing ivory. So what did I get out of that? And now where are we? Well, all I could say is this. If you think this is strength, then you're a coward. You don't know what strength is. It takes strength not to bomb. Remember, diplomacy comes before bombing. Where was the diplomacy in this? Where is the diplomacy in bombing empty buildings in Damascus? Tell me. So he bombed his base, except for the fools who are trying to call me names right now on this feed, government agents, trolls. And the fact of the matter is, you will see what happens come November. Unless he returns to the nationalist America First platform that he was on the track of following, there will be a bloodbath in November. And then what will we have? Frankly, the only thing that can save the Republicans in November is the stupidity and the evil of the Democrats. So we have a choice of one evil or another. So if the Democrats keep harping on the same garbage, white privilege, gay and lesbian rights, bring in more Muslims, they will lose because the American people don't want to hear any of it anymore. They've heard it all. And the only hope, frankly, for the Republicans is the fact that the Democrats are worse than them. But it goes back to where I was from the beginning on radio and where I am today. We have a one-party system. It doesn't matter who wins at the end of the day. The Democrats or Republicans, the same power structure takes hold and gives us a man like Bolton. It's that simple. And so in conclusion today, Monday shall be a wonderful day on radio. And all I can say is, it's not a good day for America. This showed great weakness, not great strength. He bombed his base. It was a Potemkin raid. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.